My story is I literally started making clothes for myself and sharing it with the world, and then I started to notice that the world liked what I created. So it was like, okay, wow, I have something here, so now I can create for women. And then I saw the lack of Black women in the industry, so I started creating for women that looked like me and would come in all different shapes and sizes. And there was a big gap in the luxury market. I started creating that way, but I think initially it was just to create looks. For starters, we had a little bit of a challenge with this collection, so it's a little smaller than what we typically put out. I think we were really bummed about it because it's the first collection of the year, but I think I am leaning towards just doing what feels good, especially if we give it our all. Something that I'm learning to work through is just learning how to pivot and when to pivot, because it definitely will stall our processes when I'm stuck in the phase of trying to make something work that isn't working. Yeah, it's disappointing. Yeah, it sucks. But we have to move on because we have so many great things down the pipeline that I cannot wait to show you guys. So let's get into it. Typically, we start with mood boarding, figuring out the vibe and the idea, sketching, design, and then it goes into sampling, fittings, making sure that the sample fits well with our fit model. And then we plan the shoot, build out mood boards again, build out the team that would pretty much execute the vision, and then we have fittings again. And then we have tweaks and alterations and styling happening at the same time. We put the shoot together and then we execute that and just make sure that everything looks the way that it's supposed to. As we begin to grow and gain more success, the vision just got bigger and it's getting bigger. There's a lot of emotional turmoil, I would say, that comes along with having a successful business, building a collection, and just all of the things. Obviously, I love what I do. Like, I wouldn't trade it for anything. However, it is extremely stressful when you have sampled something that you loved and you saw it for the first time. You're just like, this is gonna be the best seller, this is gonna be the winner, and you sampled it 10 times and it just didn't work and you had to scrap it. But I think it's just part of the journey, and there's so much more to do, there's so much more to create. So there'll be another one. Something that I'm also learning is to not put so much pressure on myself and my team. I think wanting everything to be perfect can also it can hurt. So I think it's just easier to acknowledge what we can do and what we can't do and just make a decision and move on, because I think in the past it has also kind of halted things because we're kind of stuck in one stage of trying to finalize, and sometimes it works and we're just like, oh my God, thank God we made it, we got it. And sometimes it doesn't and it sucks, but you move on because then you'll have the next thing, and then you have the next thing, and then the next thing. There's no bounds when it comes to Hanifa, and we're just able to honestly just create. I think there's just beauty in creating and not setting any limits. And we often talk about the women without limits, and I like to exemplify that. And I also like to encourage the team to do that as well.